Hi there again. Today I'm showing you the technical climbing gear I brought on an Alpine scramble of Mount Bancroft's East Ridge. Hello again, I'm Jason. Last week we did a route review of Mount Bancroft's East Ridge, which I argue is a great introduction to technical alpine climbing. Well, as people transition from rock climbing to alpine climbing, I often get the question, what's the standard alpine rack? Well, the truthful answer is there isn't a standard alpine rack. There is a base of personal equipment you need, but alpine climbing means long approaches and sustained exposure to objective hazards, not the least of which is weather. Because of that, speed is of the essence.
Whoa! Let's get the hell out of here.
With speed being of the essence, carrying everything you need and nothing you don't becomes important. Therefore, your technical climbing gear is dependent upon the objective and the conditions. You could be needing ice screws and bulldogs for frozen conditions and be less reliant on camming devices. On a ridge run, you might be needing to sling a lot of rock and therefore need abundant runners. On a mixed climb, you're probably needing a pretty good blend of equipment. The East Ridge route is primarily a Class 3 and Class 4 scramble, so I need a helmet and sticky approach shoes. But that isn't anything that would demand technical climbing equipment. That is, until you reach the notch. The notch is descended into by a just short of 20-meter rappel. So now you're talking about ropes, a harness, and a belay device, along with 12 feet of webbing and a rappel ring to set up the rappel, and which also could be used as bail material if it was required. For ropes, I chose to split up the weight among climbers, so I brought two 30-meter twin ropes. And to climb out of the notch, it's the equivalent distance of easy fifth-class climbing on a difficult-to-protect set of traversing ledges. It will take some small gear, though. So the rock protection I brought was Black Diamond Camelot C4s, 0.3:1, Black Diamond Camelot C3s, 00, 01, and 02, 5 Alpine draws, and a quad runner for slinging a boulder to make the anchor on which to bring up my climbing partners. Then I had my standard components that come along with me on every alpine climb to enable everything from belays to rappels to self-rescue. My DMM pivot with 2 Petzl Williams screw lock carabiners, a Sterling hollow block with a locker, a 120 centimeter Mammut 8mm Dyneema contact sling with a locker, a Petzl micro traction with a locker, a Petzl tib lock with a locker, and belay gloves hung on a wire gate. So that's what I had with me on Mount Bancroft's East Ridge route. There's some fundamental gear that I always bring regardless of the route, but then things get pretty specific based on the climb. As I said before, this route is a great introduction to alpinism, and besides being a known quantity, but with some alpine spice, it's also fairly limited in the equipment someone might need, which can be a plus for new climbers as well. What technical gear do you make sure that you have on each and every alpine climb? Let us know some of your favorite pieces of equipment in the comments section. If you want additional thoughts related to this video and every video that we produce, along with links to the equipment we discuss, sample gear lists, sample itineraries, and links to other outdoor resources, please visit our website at shortguysbetaworks.com. The link's in the description below. And if you want to be alerted as we release new content, please subscribe and ring that bell. We produce educational content like this, as well as short films of our family adventures, and we release something new every week. So if you have ideas for content that you'd like to see, you can let us know those in the comment section as well. We'll see you again soon, and keep on getting more out of that big outside.